Welcome to Gangster and Seven's video. We have a expert panel today featuring
VS Hero.
FPS Dylan.
and we're going to cover the Division patch notes 1.0.2. And the reason why I got a panel is because the patch is supposed to be in between 2.3 gigabytes to 3 gigabytes depending on your platform. This also coincides with a server downtime that'll take place at 4 a.m. Eastern Time, 1 a.m. Pacific Time. And that'll take place for 3 hours. And since it's so big, I figure I haven't even read the patch notes. We're going to do it live so you can get our honest opinion. So this is a little mini podcast type thing. And so we're going to go. All right, so first off, gameplay. Named enemies will now drop better loot in challenge mode than in hard mode. They added a
Thank the Lord.
So the challenge modes will be more
Lord
rewarding.
Almighty.
Stone, man. They added a cooldown period for the static turret attack in order to avoid stun lock in PvP and PvE game modes. Nobody plays PvP, but that is good because we were playing with Storm and he was running that turn and it did seem slightly overpowered. You got named NPCs will no longer respawn after being killed in the open world. This will prevent situations where players were able to kill the same named NPC over and over again. Oh, they nerfed that. So Bullet King is RIP.
Aaron
He was
just saying we fucked up, not farming that.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Well, I'm glad they patched it, but I'm not done with the patch notes. So maybe they solved this issue where why you farmed him, because this is essentially they're killing the loot cave from Destiny, like all over again. So we'll see. They fixed a speedrun exploit for the rooftop comm relay mission. They fixed an issue where weapons dealt no damage if the reload animation was interrupted by an agent's skill. They fixed an issue where players became stuck in an emote animation if activated via chat while auto-running. We don't play on PC, so that don't affect us. Fixed a bug where skill power would be increased permanently while using the death by proxy talent. That doesn't sound overpowered. Fixed a bug where experience was not being awarded for completing all side missions in the Midtown East safe house. Fixed instances where the secret mine with airburst / multi-mine mod would detonate too soon, misses the targets or cause no damage. So that's premature ejaculation they fixed right there. They fixed a bug where grenades would sometimes not display the blast radius before detonating. Fixed an issue where some NPCs in low cover would not react to being shot by the player. That happened all the fucking time. Fixed issues where emotes would cause the player model to behave oddly, such as missing guns, players stuck in an emote. I assume that'll fix that one where you guys are talking about where the gun's just floating in midair.
That's that one where you're clapping and you have your gun in your hand. That shit was crazy weird.
Yeah, so that's finally getting fixed. Fixed a bug where weapon mods and weapon skins would not show up on other players in the game world. So if you like, oh, look what do you think of this camo?
Had that happen before.
We've had that happen.
Yeah, I've walked up there before and said, "Why has your gun got no attachments and camo on it?"
Fixed an issue where DPS would not be calculated properly when purchasing a new weapon mod. Modifications to the weapon talent trained. It can now only be rolled on a shotgun, marksman rifles, and pistols. The weapon talent is trained. I'm not sure what that even does, so this sucks. Yeah, its bonus has been reduced from 1 to 5% to a constant 0.1%. What's the bonus though? For the Midas SMG, trained talent has been replaced with responsive talent. I think this is the talent that headshots lower cooldown. So Midas, well, it didn't work on the Midas when you got it. This is just the nerf to that talent, anyways, that was coming, which increases damage, and then they switch into the talent responsive talent, which increases damage when getting closer to the target. This applies to existing weapons as well as newly acquired ones. And for all SMGs, LMGs, and assault rifles, it'll be replaced with another randomly picked weapon talent. This applies to existing weapons as well as newly acquired ones. So yeah, if I remember correctly, that trained perk, basically every shot to someone's head would lower your cooldown. So people basically would be able to use their thing infinitely. You just constantly spam your bumpers, and it was overpowered. So they're nerfed that. All right, so here comes the big potatoes right here.
I used the Midas.
So Dark Zone.
They fixed the Dark Zone.
So let's see if they fix it. Players can now heal other neutral players in the Dark Zone by using first aid and support station skills. There it is, guys. We fixed the Dark Zone. Moving on, players are now able to fast travel to Dark Zone checkpoints. There we go.
Yes!
swag.
Fuck yes! Shit, bro! Shit!
but only when coming from the outside of the dark zone. So that way you can't fast travel inside of it. So this is amazing. I'm glad I don't have to fast travel to missions in order to go to the dark zone.
To
That's a good
missions
thing.
and then walk the rest of the
Yeah.
way.
Dark Zone disconnect timer has been increased to 30 seconds, meaning players will remain in the game world longer when logging out while in the Dark Zone. This applies while not in combat. So basically, if you like rage quit the game, you can still get killed while rage quitting. So this is good. More games should have this. Like, oh, that guy's about.
Suck.
Right, it's like everybody's seen it. You're about to kill somebody, and the guy quits. You've seen the from Modern Warfare where the guy's about to get hit by a predator missile, and he quits out the game real quick.
And they leave. And they leave. Yep.
That shit is some of
It's
the
happened.
funniest shit ever,
It's
man.
happened.
That shit
It
is
has
hilarious.
happened.
So-
I've done it before. I remember playing Black Ops 2 and leaving before I got killed by an RC drone. It's
That shit
happened.
is too fucking funny, man.
Every
that's
time I saw
awesome.
one coming towards me, I just leave.
All right, so items extracted from the Dark Zone are now properly marked as new items when moved to the player. Thank you, man. This was really fucking annoying and pissed me off. So basically, I don't know.
When you take it out of your extracted and your stash.
Yeah, and you had no idea. Yeah,
Yeah.
they still need to add
Yeah,
in a
you
favorites
didn't
thing
know
like
what was
Borderlands
different.
had. But this is a good step towards the right direction. Players killed in the Dark Zone now drop ammo, medkits, and grenades. This loot is generated and not
Shit,
taken.
bro!
This loot is generated and not taken from the dying player's inventory. So this is basically to keep you alive and keep you going. So this is actually a really good thing because that was a big problem with the Dark Zone is that you had to stop and get ammo, had to stop and get medkits because they were so
Yeah.
valuable. So if you want to go rogue,
Constantly.
they're basically promoting it. Hey, you want to go on rogue and stay on a spree? You kill somebody, now you can restock up. So that's a slight positive.
I like
Uh,
how
pl-
it's generated too, not out of the person's inventory
Yeah,
as well.
that's pretty good too. So in case you kill someone that's been alive for a decade and he had none, you still get some. So that's good. Players killed in the Dark Zone will lose less Dark Zone funds and experience. Rogue and non-rogue.
Thank
So
you.
just a general
Thank
nerf.
the fucking Lord!
So just a general nerf to how much shit you would lose, no matter if you were rogue or not. Dark Zone funds and experience rewards for surviving rogue status has been improved. So there's a buff.
Oh, let's go play. Let's go play right now. I'm done.
It's
That's all I
the-
need. That's all I need.
It's not up right now as to the time of recording this.
Fuck!
Dark Zone funds and experience rewards for killing rogue agents has also been improved. So now there's more of a reward
Thank
for
you.
killing guys. Increased drop rate of high-end items from level 31 and 32 named NPCs in the Dark Zone. So killing a
Thank you.
higher leveled yellow named boss now yields a higher reward.
Gives you a reason to go to
We're
Going to
DZ Zone 5 and 6.
DZ6, boys!
So increased drop rate
Gives you a
of
reason to go
high-end
up there.
Division Tech materials from level 32 named NPCs in the Dark Zone. So if you also need guns or Division Tech material, go farm level 32 guys now. So it's more high risk, high reward. Dark Zone funds drop rates and quantity on NPCs has been reduced. Oh, that sucks. But I have a lot of money.
Doesn't really matter,
Fucking
there ain't-
shitting.
I know, but my
It
issue
didn't
is
really
is-
matter.
my issue. I'm just saying it's a little annoying, but I don't hopefully it won't matter. That's about
I
it
mean,
though.
what do you buy with Dark Zone credits anyway? So it's not like it's that big of a deal.
It's not that big of a deal.
All
but
the
I'm
shit
just saying.
fucking sucks anyway.
Well, hopefully more people will be going rogue anyway, so we'll get more money from that. Fix a
Yeah.
bug where the wildfire and fear tactics talent were affected neutral players in the Dark Zone. I don't know what these talents were. Fixed instances where players would receive a Delta error message when entering the Dark Zone. Hero.
Dang it, Delta.
Me.
Mike, what are you doing, Mike?
Fixed a bug where sometimes players could not loot anything after returning to the game following a network disconnection. Fixed stage 1 rogue timers not displaying correctly when rogue players receive damage from another player. And they improved Dark Zone chests items quality. Here we go. So rank
Thank
There
30
we go.
Rank 30 chests will now drop superior loot instead of the specialized blue. Now there's even
Thank
more of a
you.
reason to farm the chest. You actually gonna get dodge
Let's
doo-doo
put
loot.
some joints, bro. Some joints.
So key chests have a chance to drop high-end items now. Wow, this is really
There we
good.
go.
Oh,
There we go.
Oh, and then graph. So that's it for the DC. Let me move on. Dylan, shut the fuck up. Fixed a few lights
Trying
that
to make
did
this
not
interesting
cast the
rather than
right pitch.
this,
So if someone made it
Kick 'em.
this far to the video, let us know if you'd rather have us talk about the issues or would you rather have Dylan make random noises. So that's how that goes. I'm not done yet. I'm almost done. All right. So for the user interface, they added more information for daily missions on the map, so that's really good. Tutorials have received some UI polish. The matchmaking menu now displays the mission's difficulty rating more prominently. That's a good thing. The minimap mission tracker has been optimized to be less confusing to players. They fixed a bug where some of the attributes for high-end equipment were cut off in the recalibration menu. Fixed a bug where the matchmaking menu for a mission would not display correctly or kept disappearing. Fixed incorrect side missions being displayed on the map legend, and fixed missing item icons in the reward claim vendor's inventory. They fixed audio bugs. One of them, the helicopter crash sound effect, would be missing from the Brooklyn End cinematic, where the Zapper Turret mod had no sound. They fixed an audio glitch for entering a contaminated zone that would be cut off, and fixed a bug where the audio would not play when scrolling through vanity items. Localization issues fixed. Ubisoft Club reward descriptions in Korean and traditional Chinese. I know that's affected Hero quite frequently. In-game localization bug fixes just in general. There's some PC patch notes, but let me see if I don't think there's anything important.
Man, might as well release a second game. So many patch notes.
So for
Shit, bro!
here's two specific Xbone patch notes. Fixed a bug where players could not reconnect to the servers after suspending the game on the Xbone. And they fixed a bug on the Xbone where unlocking a player would not be reflected in-game until title reboot. PS4 changes, they added an option to disable the PlayStation 4 controller speaker. Improved textures and models, streaming speed, and fixed an issue where ISIC volume could not get too loud when playing with headsets. Well, that sucks. And then let me just double check through the
Anyone
PC
ever
patch
told
notes.
you that Isaac is a smart-ass motherfucker?
They fixed some. keep you two talk real quick.
Math class.
Thanks for talking real quick.
So
that's the patch notes. Let's see. Like they said, the patch notes won't go into effect until March 22nd, early morning American time. Outside of that, they didn't really touch. They apparently balanced, going rogue and stuff. But they didn't really fuck with the loot drop though, even though they nerfed the fuck out of it. But I guess if we go up to 32 and 1 out of fucking 4 yellow name bosses guy drop a yellow, then we'll come back and say they did a good job. So we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Mm-hmm. But if it's
Thank
not 1 out of
God
4,
for fixing blue.
but if it's
green
one
loot
if it's
where they
1 out
drop
of 12, I'm still gonna say they fucked up. So we'll see how that goes. So if I go and kill fucking 1232 yellow named guys and not one of them
my
drops
circle 6 times. It's not too bad, right?
Yeah, well, we'll see. Those are only level 31s in your circle, though.
Well, I mean, does that mean that scavenging, if scavenging works the way people think it works, then will that make it drop even more? As far as high-end loot off 32 named bosses?
Yeah, and there's also the stuff they leave out of patch notes, that because this is 3 gigabytes, and if this is all they added, this doesn't quite seem like that's 3 gigabytes worth of stuff. So yeah, they might be putting incursions slowly into the game's fucking size, or they could be putting something in just a bunch of shit we don't know about.
Shit,
so we'll have to, there's always that chance that they leave information out of the patch notes, and it's like, oh yeah, by the way, there's like you just said, oh, here's some new stuff added to it, or here's some other patch notes we left out.
All the DLCs have been released and put in the game.
So we'll see as far as what the community says got changed that they didn't mention. That's always a thing. Oh, you guys have any final thoughts? Patch notes. We're gonna play tomorrow. See what they changed.
Yeah, definitely play tomorrow. Still not playing it tonight, but I'm definitely playing it tomorrow.
All right. Well, this has been Gangster 7 with two faggots.
I think 1.5 faggots. I think Dylan's a full fag. I think I'm like half a fag.
For each.
You're 2.5 fags. You see what I did there? Wink, wink. Try.